Ah, you look back, didn't you? You look back at that graphic that always pops up on socials. This Tottenham team didn't win a thing. You know, the Lloris and the Alderweireld, Vertonghen, you've got Dembele, Eriksen, Ali through that spine, and Kane, and obviously Sonny was a massive part of that. And it feels like that last piece has broken away, and you know we really have fully transitioned on from, you know, that great side that didn't quite make it. But the one thing Sonny did do was deliver us a trophy, even when he wasn't at his best. We all knew it, and there was parts of the fan base, you know, getting very frustrated with him. But I don't think anyone can take away his efforts, and most of all, his loyalty. Loyalty is something hard to come by in football these days. People don't stick around anymore, but Sonny did. 10 years, and it ends in the most beautiful way. We lift in European silverware. I'm sad, but I'm also happy at the same time. It's a weird old feeling. I think we all know that it's probably the best, but we don't want it to happen. And he's just been a massively great servant to the club. I got to speak to him, you know, one-on-one at times as well. I've done lucky enough to do some filming for Tottenham.
We're going to welcome back Smiv as the official rule keeper and scorekeeper. Last year you were taking part. This year you've been relegated. What's that about?
It's not a relegation. Hey, Sonny, come on, man.
I got some shirts signed. I got like this 1 of 5 card signed as well from Sonny. It's actually his signature. He's held that card and it's got some value. And I was thinking of selling it and trying to do something with it, but I'm keeping that forever now. It's just, yeah, he was just such a gentleman, a really nice guy. There was no ego. He was really interested in what I was doing as well. It's very rare that you come across people like that. So, Sonny, thank you for all the memories and all the best in the future as well. Nice one.
It's a sad day for the Premier League. It's a sad day for Tottenham Hotspur, and it's especially a sad day for Woo Jin Hyung, aka Expressions Oozing, Son Aldo, Son Perion, Son Young Messi, Son of Anarchy, Sonny Delight, Son in a Million, Heung-min Sensational. The Korean King is leaving, and I'm not gonna lie, he is my guy, the Korean King. What does he mean? He means everything to man. I'm not going to lie. One of my favorite players, like one of the nicest human beings. You could see on the pitch how much everybody loved him. Do you know what I'm saying? He had a nation behind him. I traveled to Korea and I felt all of the love. Do you know what I'm saying? It was absolutely amazing. What he's brought to this football club is unmatched. Do you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this right now. Get this man a golden statue. If Harry Kane's got a mural, get Sonaldo a statue. He was our captain. He lifted a trophy. He stayed with us through thick and thin, bro. You know them way there. Man needs to put respect on his name, bruv. Put respect on his name. You see that video when he scored? He's like, do you know who I am? Yes, blood. They know who you are, blood. You're our captain, blood. You're our Korean King, fam. You're our guy. Son Aldo, Son Perion, Son Young Messi. And one last time. Son Heung-min, the Korean King. He's a hero on the Tottenham wing. He won the medal, no service, or going to war. Left foot, right foot, as long as he scores. Son Aldo, Son Perion, Son Young Messi. What's man talking about? Gang business. I miss you, blood.
Hi, Jim here from Oso Spurs. This is why Son Heung-min will always be a Tottenham legend. It's his smile, it's his partnership with Harry Kane, it's signing a new contract when Kane's chapter was ending, and helping put Spurs on the map internationally, not just in Korea, but in European competitions on the big stages around the world. It's running past Jorginho, it's his infectious adulation when he celebrates, it's winning the Puskas Award. It's scoring over 125 goals. It's always being Man City fans' worst nightmare. It's those 30-yard screamers, his substitute comeback goals against Leicester in front of the South Stand. Never pushing for a move, no matter what our situation was. Of course, then lifting that European trophy, which ended a drought that had gone on far too long. You are this generation's Perryman, Blanchflower, Klinsmann and Greaves. We love you forever, Sonny. Up the Spurs.
Hey, I'm Arian. You've probably seen me in and around the channel over the past few years talking about Tottenham, and none of that would have happened if it wasn't for Son, and I'm eternally grateful to Son for that, because let me tell you the story of how and why I support Spurs to begin with. I supported Spurs when I was about 11 years old, because when I was around 11 or 12 years old, I was playing in a soccer team and my coach began to call me Harry Kane because I was playing striker, I was playing well. So he started calling me Harry Kane, and he was also a Chelsea supporter. So I, to kind of annoy him, bought a Spurs kit with Harry Kane on the back. And when I was wearing that kit just one day, one of the other kids on one of the other teams was wearing a Manchester City kit, and we got into a bit of an argument because there was an upcoming game between Man City and Spurs. And instead of telling him I don't actually support Spurs and I'm just wearing the shirt to mess with my coach, I argued back. I don't know why. I just did. And that kind of got me involved in the whole drama. So I decided, you know what, let's watch this game. And it was the first game I ever watched from Spurs. It was the 4-3 game, the very famous game against Manchester City in the Champions League knockouts. And I think we all remember that day, a phenomenal day. And Son, I remember this team I've never really known, felt a connection to. I was jumping up and down, and Kane was even injured for that game. So it was just Son. He was the main man, front and center, Mr. Tottenham, and he delivered 2 goals. And it was electric. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it right now because that is a core memory for me. The joy that I felt seeing, and I was hooked from that moment. I was hooked, and my life has never been the same. In no over exaggeration is it if I say that Son changed my life. If he didn't perform, it's possible to say if that game wasn't what it was, maybe I wouldn't be a Spurs fan today. But I am, and it's changed my life for the better, and I'm eternally grateful to Son for that.
Hello there from a beautifully warm Toronto. This is just a quick video about Heung-min Son and the feelings towards him. Obviously, we've all spoken about what he's done on the pitch, what he's done off the pitch, how he stayed with us through thick and thin, the achievements and records he's set as a player. What I will say as a big thank you to Son as he departs for LAFC is just thank you for sticking with us, thank you for the loyalty, thank you for the passion, thank you for being such a fantastic role model for all the players that have come and gone during your duration at Spurs. Thank you for being the captain that lifted the trophy and giving me and us memories we'll never ever forget. Nice one, Sonny. Goodbye, Son.
What can I say about Sonny? The biggest legend in my Spurs supporting lifetime. His arc has been so interesting because he obviously came as a really talented young winger who was sort of very dribble heavy. Always had a great strike on him off both feet, but when he first arrived, he was more of that player to get to the byline out wide. Was really good 1v1 threat. And then as he evolved, he sort of became more of a absolute efficient finisher. You just back him every time he's in front of goal. And I always said this to my friends, if my life depended on one player in the Premier League to have a one-on-one chance, and if they scored, they saved my life, I would always put Son there because he was just cash money in front of goal. And then towards the end of his sort of Spurs career, he kind of got into that more creative bag where he was assisting a lot more, creating with the same kind of ball striking, but in a more crossing sense. So his evolution of a player has been really interesting, but also his evolution as a character. He came as this really lovable young guy who everyone loved, saw as like a little kind of brother. And he's always been the most liked player, it seems, in the squad, but also amongst the fan base. It's so rare that you get a player who's that good, but also that famous, to be so down to earth and humble. And the main thing I can say about Sonny away from the pitch is just he makes you proud to be a Spurs fan. He's exactly the kind of player I want to be representing the club. He seems like someone who would put others before him, a real team player, and I wish him all the best, and I can't wait for him to come back to the lane for years to come.
Hi guys, Ricky Sachs here from The Last Word on Spurs. Hope you're all keeping safe and well out there. Ben, Sim, much love to you both in what I'm sure is going to be a very emotional tribute from a lot of the regular contributors that feature on this channel. What can I say? Heung-min Son, what a person, what a player. 10 years, 10 wonderful years of seeing a player that gave his absolute all to the shirt for Tottenham and ended in such an amazing, memorable way in winning, of course, that Europa League trophy. And I think it's so fitting that Son's last competitive game for Tottenham is winning that Europa League final, featuring in that Europa League final. And of course, on top of that, the fact that he has the opportunity and had the opportunity to say goodbye to Spurs in his homeland. It just felt everything really was meant to be. And look, there's so many memories I've got of Sonny, so many amazing goals. I was saying this the other day that, you know, with a player, you can normally kind of break it down to 2 or 3 great goals or great moments. But with Sonny, there was so many great goals and great moments that it's really hard to whittle down what are the best moments of Son in a Tottenham shirt. I mean, the Chelsea goal at Wembley stands out being a massive one. Of course, the goals against Arsenal, they're always special because it's against them. But even the goals against Leicester, for example, in the cup, the finish, that finish trademark Sonny finish, that hat trick we saw against Leicester where he came off the bench. I think he was angry at Conte for benching him at the time. There's been so many special goals. Comes to mind the Man City goals, of course, in our run up to the Champions League final. Just a really special footballer, and one that we should be absolutely blessed to have seen wear the Spurs shirt. And I think in years to come, when we look at genuine Tottenham legends, when you think of the likes of Greaves, you think of the likes of Klinsmann, you know, Waddle, Hoddle, Gascoigne. I'm leaving so many legends out. You know, for me personally, a legend for me is David Ginola. I loved him. He was my idol growing up. There's just something very special about Heung-min Son. And I'm just so pleased and proud to have witnessed and watched him in a Spurs shirt. I was there at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for that Puskas goal against Burnley, where literally he would just keep running and keep running past every defender. So a very special player, one that I've been absolutely blessed, I've said now more than one occasion, to have watched him at the Lane. Special person. Wish him all the very best for the future. And a message to all of the Korean viewers and listeners of We Are Tottenham TV, because there's so many of you out there. Look, he's going to go into a place where Hugo's going to look after him. We're going to keep an eye on him. And I've got absolutely no doubt that for Sonny, there's an ambassadorial role waiting for him when that time comes, when he's going to return to Tottenham. So Ben, Sim, much love to you both. Keep up the amazing work that you do, because you both are absolutely special for our community. And for Sonny, big love to you, my man. What a player. What an achievement. You know, he stayed until the job was done, won that trophy. Amazing human being, amazing footballer. Sonny, go and smash it in LA. You're an absolute superstar. Thank you so much, guys.
Hi everyone, it's Kate from Kate and Jimbo, paying my tribute to the legend that is Heung-min Son. Such a sad day tomorrow with him saying goodbye to Tottenham, but I think it's the right time. He lifted that trophy for us at the end of last season, something he deserved more than anybody. What will I miss the most? His smile, I think. Everybody loves Sonny's smile. He could cheer anyone up. His partnership with Harry Kane is something I've never seen before, and something I don't think I'll ever see again. They had this connection where they just automatically knew where the other one was, and they paired up to score some wonderful goals. And of course he had some solo wonderful goals as well, from, you know, goals outside the box, fantastic curlers, just some excellent memories that I'll never ever forget. He will always and forever be a Spurs legend, and I'm glad he's going out on a high. Wish him nothing but the best, and hope that he comes back to the club and becomes an ambassador, because he is forever loved at Tottenham Hotspur. And yeah, he will always be missed. We love you, Sonny, and thanks for the amazing memories.
Where do we start with Sonny? Oh my God, what a legend of the club. Him and Harry Kane have got records in the Premiership that never get beaten, I don't think. And let's talk about his goal against Burnley. He just went through the whole team like they wasn't there. I will never, ever forget that goal. One of my favourite goals of all time. Look, what a man he is. What a football player he is. On and off the pitch, you can see in training, everybody loves him. You see when he plays different teams from abroad or from England out, at the end of the game, he's talking to players that we've never even heard of. You know, it's just, everybody loves Sonny. They all know Sonny. I am absolutely gutted he's going, but I'm pleased as well for him, because it's a new chapter in his life, and he's going out to America, and I'm sure he'll put his stamp on America, and everybody out there will love him. He's just a true legend of the club, and I hope they build a statue for him, because he deserves it. And I wish him all the best, and let's let him go out with a bang tomorrow. Let's beat Newcastle, and him leading the team out will be a fitting ending to his career at Tottenham. We all love Sonny, and I wish him all the best. Thank you very much.
Heung-min Son, 10 years of the Korean Maverick. How fortunate are we all to have watched you put on that lovely lily white shirt. That lily white shirt that represents Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Everyone at Same Old Spurs Pod would like to thank you. Thank you, Sonny. Because some of the goals you've scored, the assists, the big goals against the likes of Arsenal, you turned up, sir. And you also were extremely loyal to this football club. And we are forever grateful. Heung-min Son, we wish you all the best in the future. And like the Spurs.
Sonny, thank you for everything. Everything you gave to this club, everything you gave to us fans, and even in times of trouble, you didn't leave us, you stuck with us, and you were epic. You have given this club and us fans great memories, and I knew this day was coming. I had been prepared, but all I can say is Tottenham Hotspur will never forget you. You have gone down in history. Thank you for the Europa League final. Thank you for all those last minute winners. Thank you for all those great goals, those great memories. You've got to remember, you came as a young man into this game, and now you're leaving a well-established Tottenham Hotspur legend. Some of my great memories of you will always be against Manchester City, and that great goal in COVID against Arsenal will probably be the two that stand out. You've had your ups and downs, and it's been brilliant to have you as part of this journey and be able to watch your career at Tottenham Hotspur. Whatever you go and do in the future, we will never forget you. You're welcome back at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium any time. Sonny, thank you for your memories. And come on, you Spurs, and Sonny forever.
Hi everyone, Spurs fan, season ticket holder, Phil here to pay my tribute and say a very, very special and heartfelt thank you to Sonny for all his years of service and fantastic memories that he's given me and my family while he's been wearing the lily white and change kits of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. What a guy. Listen, I'll let better people than me, the statos, weave their magic on the numbers and the records and everything of that nature, but just a few things I wanted to mention. One of my dad's favourite players, difficult group to get into, up there with Cliff Jones, Dave Mackay and Greavesy. Yeah, well done, Sonny. You got into a very elite group there, and he met Sonny once in the club shop when he was buying some merch for my niece Mia. Shout out Mia, for her birthday that year, and Sonny was there doing a PA with Ben Davis. Sonny signed the shirt, and my dad backed him and said, "Potch is taking you off too often, Sonny. But you're a top player," so I think my dad's backing maybe had a little bit of an impact on Sonny. So God bless my dad, and obviously Sonny, if that did help in any way, you're welcome. But certainly all the goals, mate, all the goals against Woolwich particularly. I love the one at home in May of 2022 when that one went in. I started a Hey Jude style chant that I think we all probably recognise. I think everyone in Lily White that night, man, woman and child, started singing along. So to get the whole ground rocking to that one, certainly one of my proudest moments, up there with the birth of my two kids and getting married. So thank you for that particular memory. Obviously the goals against Man City on the way to the Champions League final were unbelievable. So that's certainly a special memory for me, but we didn't quite get it done that year, of course, unfortunately. But to see you lift the cup into the Bilbao night sky earlier this year, what a finish to your story, and what a night and what a memory you've given all of us Spurs fans. You know, to be there, to be able to witness it in person with my dad, certainly one of my favourite ever memories following Spurs. So mate, it's been emotional. You're a top player, and in 100 years none of us may be around, but there'll be images of you lifting that cup in White Hart Lane, and therefore whatever anyone thinks, the game's about opinions and everyone's welcome to theirs, but you are truly an icon of the sport, an icon not just for Spurs fans, but for the people of your country as well that flock every game to come and see you at White Hart Lane. And, you know, God bless them and God bless you, mate. You'll always be welcome back in North London anytime. And I'm sure my dad won't mind me extending an invite. If you ever fancy a Greek-style barbecue, then head over to Bush Hill Park and look us up, mate. But listen, loads of love, Sonny. Thanks for the memories. And whatever you do next, we wish you every bit of luck in the world. You deserve it. And thank you so much for everything. We'll see you down the road. Come on, you Spurs.
Heung-min Son, it's all over. The finale today, being tossed in the air, the emotion, crying at the end. But listen, he finished on a high, and I think that's the best way for Sonny to go out today. On that high, lifting the Europa League trophy. Who can forget that shy, nervous kid that turned up 10 years ago from Germany? And I was a big fan of his, but he really struggled initially. And Pochettino had to convince him to stay. Thank God he did, because he served his club for 10 years. That smiling face whenever you saw it. I think, you know, obviously the tears came later. I saw him gutted and upset when he made that challenge, which I didn't even think was no malicious challenge against Everton, against Gomez. You could see how distraught he was. Listen, he was a good guy, had time for everybody, popular with everyone in the Spurs camp. Who can forget his relationship with Harry Kane? Incredible record. Was it 47 goals? The record that will stand God knows for how long, their partnership. And probably one of my best memories of Sonny, apart from obviously the obvious, was that goal against Burnley, where I kept shouting, "Sonny, pass, pass, pass. What are you doing?" And he carried on running along the pitch and put the ball in the net. And a guy shouted out to me, I think it was my son, said that's why he didn't pass the ball. Put it in the net. Sheer class. He started to fade in the last sort of year, 18 months, but he's leaving at the right side, at the right time. So his star doesn't diminish. We'll miss all the Koreans. Hopefully they'll still be coming to Tottenham. But it's time now for Sonny to sail into the sunset. Thanks for the memories, Son.
Take 6. It's very difficult to talk about Sonny not being a Spurs player. And we all knew this day would come, that he would be a Spurs player, but now that it's here, it just it hits a little different. Seeing him walk off the pitch today and how it affected him, and yeah, it just hammered it home. When I think of Sonny, if I close my eyes and just think of Sonny, I just see him picking up the ball outside his own box and just tearing through an entire team, and nobody could catch him, and he slotted the ball home. Not just great moments like that, because I don't think any Spurs player ever gave me consistent happiness at the side of a pitch as Sonny did. But I also just remember that time where, was it Gomez at Everton, where there was a freak incident where so I think Sonny might have been late or whatever, but it popped the guy's ankle. It was a really gross injury. And Sonny's reaction, he was like worried about the player. He went to visit him in the hospital. And I remember hearing the player talk about it and just being blown away that he did that, you know, that he cared. And that's the true greatness of the person. It's not just, you know, about how good he was, but his years of, you know, service and loyalty, just unmatched, you know, that he's so good with kids. You can see him, he's like every player's kids go to him, like they love him, you know, that he's, you know, it would have been just incredible to share a dressing room with him. He seems like the nicest guy, but just also elite level player. And I really worry that under Daniel Levy we'll never get a world-class player like that again. Just one of the best finishers statistically in the game. Kind of parable figures to Messi in terms of goal and assists for 10 years straight. I just think we just, you know, when a player's around for so long, you take it for granted, and I think we all have, that his output. I doubt we find a player anytime soon that matches that output. So it's heartbreaking. It's taken me like 5 or 6 videos to get through this without kind of just, you know, tearing up. He's just a phenom, and I just hope that he moves on a new chapter of his life, finds a beautiful family, settles down, not finds them, but like, you know, marries and settles down, has a kid, and just enjoys the rest of his life, because he's an absolute Spurs legend. We should build statues for him. You couldn't build one big enough for how much I respect the man. And yeah, it's going to be, Spurs will be a very different club without him. Much love to Sonny. And yeah, all the best for the future.
What's happening, guys? Sonny Talks Spurs here, and you know, it's a sad day. My namesake, Sonny, is leaving Tottenham Hotspur. We knew it was going to happen sooner rather than later, but the fact that the news is now official, the fact that he looks like he's heading to LAFC to continue his footballing career, it just does, you know, it does make you emotional, because he is the personification of what it means to be Tottenham. He is Tottenham through and through. And, you know, best memory for me, some of the goals he scored, like the one against Chelsea at Wembley when we beat them. I think it was 3-1 a few years back. That was great. But nothing is going to top him lifting that Europa League trophy out in Bilbao and just, you know, showing that his loyalty paid off. You know, so many amazing attackers and players have come through Spurs over the years, but this guy is phenomenal. He was a Tottenham legend. He will be a Tottenham legend. Build the statue now. There is only one Heung-min Son. Nice one, Sonny. And just, we're so proud of you. We love you to bits. And yeah, what a guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my tribute to Heung-min Son is a personal one, where I remember memories of when I was at the stadium when Heung-min Son runs past a few Burnley players in our 5-0 victory, goes right inside the box, scores the goal. And it was one of those goals that you just have to see in real time. It was an amazing moment to watch a player get past a few players and then slot it in the back of the net. Another moment which I attribute to him, personal moment, is when he came on as a sub against Leicester City. Tottenham Hotspur, I think, were 3-2 up, or I can't remember. And Heung-min Son completely annihilates Leicester City with a few beauties from outside the box, and then scoring his hat trick. And it could have got taken away from him due to VAR, but it ended up as standing the goal, and he ends up scoring a hat trick. And those were some of the memories that I remember with Heung-min Son, giving me those memories in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And good luck to him for the future.
Hi, Crackers here with a few words on the legend that is Sonny. What a 10 years. What a 10 years. Unbelievable servant for the club. Firstly and foremostly, as a brilliant, great footballer, not only a Tottenham legend now, but a Premier League legend. 50 match-winning goals in those 10 years. Unbelievable captain. You can just see by the adulation that he's had from his fellow teammates and others in football, just what a sort of guy he is and what a player he is. So he's going to leave a big hole in the club, a real big hole, but he is up there as one of our club legends. He is up with Perriman, with Hoddle, with Blanchflower, Greaves and Klinsmann and Gaza. Yeah, going to miss him. It's going to be strange with him not there, but football never stands still. So wish him all the very best for his future, and I'm sure at some stage he'll be back to see us all. And well, he is always welcome back at the Lane, isn't he? Brilliant stuff. Well done, Sonny, and thank you.